So Michael over at Bathmate was fortunate enough to give me some time to talk to him, and I was able to ask him the history of Bathmate. So this video is that, you guys. So go ahead and listen to Michael explain exactly what Bathmate and how it came to be. Very great guy, man. Once again, thank you so much, Michael, for that opportunity. And so I wanted to share this with you guys. Use the code down below if you guys want to check out and get some discounts on some of the Bathmate products, you guys. They're amazing. I still use them to this day. Change your life, you guys. With that being said, man, go ahead and enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in another one.
Yeah. You did mention that you'd like to know sort of a little bit of history about the company and why we exist.
Yeah.
So really brief story. Essentially, our inventor, who's a gentleman called John Oakes, his best friend was married for a number of years. He's still married, actually, but they got themselves into a bit of a rocky patch. Essentially, John's best friend had an accident while playing rugby and had a spinal injury, so he couldn't gain and maintain an erection anymore. And his wife said, "Look, you know, we've been married for all these years, but sex is a hugely important part of my life. If you don't fix your dick, I'm getting a divorce. I'm gonna have to leave you because it's driving me crazy not being able to have sex and stuff." So, you know, this guy's did all the pills, looked at surgery, bought air pumps, you know, with the fucking hand thing and all that bullshit. And essentially nothing would work. Now, John's a absolute genius in terms of understanding problems and inventing products to form a solution. So John bought all of these air pumps and took them all apart and tried to figure out fundamentally why they were number one class as a novelty item. There's no medical, you know, sort of advice or stipulation around them, and they're sold as a novelty. They're sold as a joke. They're not sold as an actual legitimate product, right? So he realized that the one fundamental thing that was the issue was that air is completely unpredictable under pressure. So if something's unpredictable under pressure, you're at risk of damaging what you've already got. So you know, you'd rather have a small dick than a broken dick, right? At least the small dick works. So with air being completely unpredictable, he realized that water is completely uniform under pressure. So the exact amount of pressure that's exerted in all directions is the same. It's completely safe to use as a medium under pressure. So he invented the world's first water-based penis pump, and its only job and its only function at this time was to assist his friend in getting and maintaining an erection. You know, so getting an erection and keeping an erection. So he gave it to his friend and said, "Look, I've done my best. This is the first ever one of its kind. You know, I've tried to figure out what fundamentally would make it work better and more functional. Give it a try and let me know." First try, erection straight away, rolls the cock ring on, good to go, yeah? So wife's happy, life's good, everything's back to normal. So a few months later, he rings John and he's like, "John, I'm not sure if this is supposed to do this or not, but I've been using it and my dick's bigger than it was before." So John was like, "Hang on a minute, right? I've created something to solve a problem here, but name me a man who doesn't want a bigger dick." And that's where Bathmate was born. So it was born out of an ED solution. It was never something to generate any money. It was almost made out of love, to sort of assist and help his best friend in their relationship and in the issues that they were facing after the accident. So it was never the company never existed to make any money. It was always born out of a really sort of good, and I think sort of morally correct place. I like to think I'm a man of morals. I like to think I'm a certain caliber of person, and that's what I love about Bathmate so much. So essentially, it's something that is designed to improve your blood flow and circulation. Now, a byproduct of that is it improves size as well. So we can now say, you know, you're going to get your instant temporary gains of UC. That's the time that you use it for the first time. You're walking around and you're like, "Whose dick is this?" It's like, I can feel it with my thighs as I'm walking.
Guilty.
Like,
it's mine.
Yeah, I'm like the king of the jungle. You know what I mean? You're just walking around like the fucking man. And that was all, and that was all accidental. Was the size side of it and stuff. So I do love why we came to existence. I love why we, you know, what we stand for and what we do. Obviously, we've got the 60-day money back guarantee for a reason. You know, 2 years manufacturer's warranty is standard. All of those things are included because we feel that people will get the results they desire within 2 months, and if they don't, send us it back. We'll give you your money back, no questions asked.
Gotcha.
So it kind of all came from a really pure place of actually looking for a natural solution to pills and to stuff like that. So I do think that in terms of our history and why we exist, it's quite a nice story. You know, it's a nice little bit of history as to where we came from and stuff. And since then, it's just blown up into this massive thing. And now we sell 20,000-30,000 pumps a month. We've sold well over 1 million units, and I think it's like 173 countries worldwide that we're selling at the moment. So it's pretty much turned into a global phenomenon. But there are a couple of things that set us apart that's so valuable. And when people see the price of the pump, they need to understand why.
Yeah.
So it's a class 2 medical device, which is the same as a heart stent. So it's actually medically certified. We're FDA registered and inspected. So because the FDA will only approve something that you ingest, we've got the highest possible sort of certification from the FDA, which is regulated in an inspected facility. They fly out once every year or two. They fly out from the States. They come sit in this room. They go through all of these folders. The factory's downstairs. Everything's made in the UK. You know, it's none of it's cheap Chinese shit. Like everything made in the UK, FDA regulated and registered, and it's a class 2 medical device. And here in the UK, we have the National Health Service, which basically, if you break your arm, you turn up to hospital, they'll fix your shit for you, and you don't pay any money, because we pay like a certain amount of money every month out of our wage, and then basically if something goes wrong, you just go to hospital, they fix it, right? So in the UK, you get what's called a prescription. I think you guys call it a script over in the States. But we have a prescription, and our pump is available on prescription in the UK for problems with your dick. Wow. So if you go to your doctor and you've got problems with your dick, he's going to write you a little sheet of paper. You take it to the pharmacy. They'll give you a pump.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's not called the Bathmate because we'd like to keep sort of the the branding and the messaging separate, because a lot of people don't have ED, so they'll come to Bathmate. So it's Vaxaid, but it's exactly the same pump. It's made downstairs. It's us that do it. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just got a different, like, the website's clinical and white and clean. It's all about ED and stuff like that. So. But yeah, that is the Bathmate pump. It is available. It's a class 2 medical device, FDA inspected and regulated, available on prescription through the National Health Service, which, as you can imagine, is a pretty big deal, you know, in this country. So there's loads of stuff that people don't know, and once you explain that to them, they kind of understand. And another thing, when you look at the costs involved, if you want to use Viagra, right, every time you have sex, and you might need to use 1 or 2 at a time because you've been taking it for so long, you know how much money that's going to cost in comparison to buying a $150 pump?
Ridiculous.
That fixes the fucking problem and makes your dick big.
Yeah.
Like, it's a false economy, you know, because you're going to need more and more and more and more, whereas this thing is me going to the gym and lifting weights, and then, oh, shit, I like that. Let me lift higher. Let me lift higher. Let me lift higher. You know, it's
solving
training.
the issue. You're actually solving the issue.
You're masking it. And then it's 100%. Yeah. So yeah, that's just a real brief little breakdown for you. I think what I like to do, like, you can tell in the content that you create that you come across really well. You're not trying to do this for financial gain. You're doing it all for the right reasons and stuff. And I think us as a company, I think there's some real synergy between what we do and what you do, despite it being quite different worlds. I think there's something in there that I'd love to, like I say, I would love for us to be still talking in 5-10 years time.
Absolutely. I did want to say one more thing too, because I didn't want to take too much time. Is there a way, can I like take what you have just said, the past 10 minutes, right? Is there how do you feel about actually posting that little segment on YouTube so that people could genuinely hear this history and the story behind Bathmates. The thing that got me even into YouTube was something called the red pill, right? And it's not the fresh and fit, it's not the stuff that you see on YouTube right now. It's not that. It was the actual reading the books, Rollo Tomasi, like the old school red pill stuff.
Old school people.
Yeah. And so nowadays there's so much, men feel so helpless. There's not a lot out there, and so that's what drove me onto YouTube. And since I've been on the journey with PE, that was the reason that got me into it. And so I see a tremendous opportunity for Bathmates to be affiliated with those kind of that like men that want to help men out, right? And
100%.
I go to the gym, you know, and like if you guys are affiliated with a Alpha M, you know, like guys like that, like if it was like it's perfect. It's perfectly compatible. And so
I mean, as far as me personally putting it out there, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, you can
I could block your face out, or you know.
Oh yeah. If you wanted that, we can put maybe a uniform on with the with the logo and shit. We can do it in this, because I've got my own studio, because I'm a professional photographer and videographer. I'm usually behind the camera. So yeah, we can do that. I can even go one step further and give you a fish tank demonstration with a flaccid like rubber penis that expands and gets hard inside the vessel. So
yeah, it's stuff like that like that's the raw kind of stuff that I think that people like to see. And in particular, I liked this interview because you didn't plan on telling me the history. This was just off the top of your head, you know? And it was genuine, it was real. So I love that. And I think
what I could do is actually I could get you in contact with one of the two sort of the global brand execs who you might not even need to blur the face. Do you know what I mean? They might be quite happy talking about the product and doing it. I mean, if I've got time to think about it a little bit more and lose a bit of weight so I'm not so fat, I wouldn't necessarily be adverse to doing it either. But Kerry or Tim, who are sort of the brand ambassadors, let's say, they might be more than happy. I mean, Kerry's been on podcasts and shit for me, and that was filmed, and that went on YouTube, and she was absolutely fine with it. So it might be a little bit nicer, a bit of eye candy, you know, rather than looking at Fat Mikey. It might be better that they can, you know, have a look at Kerry instead. So I'll talk to them about getting maybe either we can film them doing a little chat about, we know, the history of the company, all that, and we can send it to you, or perhaps you get them on a call or something and you just ask the questions.
Okay.
You
so
know,
you don't want what you said out there.
No. It can be completely out there. It's the truth. It's fine. Okay. It's fine to be out there. I just want to give it to you in the best.
Oh, gotcha.
way.
Okay. Well, I'm all for all of it. I think that this was amazing, though. You know, because
no, it's been a great call, my friend. It's been a great call.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope I was able to give any kind of value to you. I know my channel is very small.
No, it's great to know what you're doing and how you operate and what you want from the future and what you want from things. And you know, I feel we are very, very, very similar men in our sort of thoughts and feelings towards life and towards, you know, sort of helping people, which is exactly what you do, mate. You're helping people. So yeah, I'll get you the fish tank demonstration so you can use it, because it's all usable for YouTube. There's no dicks or anything, you know. It shows functionality and stuff. So there's that. We'll get you the history sent over. I'll get you the Google Drive sent over. I'll get you Alpha's Teacher Men's Fashion and Caitlin's video sent over. And I guess we should we'll talk on email, and the next stage would be either me, Tim, or Kerry to you know, give you that little bit of a story.
Okay. And then what I'll do on my end is I will start to create rubrics and scripts on more videos, run it by you guys, send it to you, and kind of create more of an outline in terms of you know, more of the content, the topics, you know, the discussions, the plans for things like that. So I'll get working on that. I do work 2 jobs, so it will, you know, take some time.
So. Yeah, no, in your own time, my friend, in your own time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mike. It was a pleasure talking to you and
Great
meeting with
talking
you.
to you.
And
Nice to meet you.
look forward to doing way more work for the long term. So,
Lovely. Thank you so much for your time, my friend. Have a lovely day.
thank you. You too.
Take care. See you soon.
Bye. And so that's really about it, you guys, man. Once again, a really good guy, man. I really want to take this far forever, honestly. You know, I would love to continue to preach Bathmate, you guys. I think they're amazing. They're still doing great things to this day, even for your boy. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, man, don't forget to use that code down below to go check out some of the Bathmate products and purchase one for yourself, you guys. Amazing stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man.